Hello, everyone. I'm in my kitchen. That's good enough. Oh, got to put my apron on. So here's one thing I'd like to share to start with. I have a deer roast in the oven right now. It's been in for 2 hours at 350. And I just checked it. Yeah, it's done all the way through, but now I need the tenderness going. So I'm going to put it another hour and some on a lower heat, and then I got that tenderness that I want out of that wild meat. Yes, that's one thing a lot of people don't know. Wild meat, just because of the way it is out there, raised per se by creation, God, our Father in heaven, it takes a little bit of a different approach to cooking it than some other things. Slow cooking, yeah. Slow cooking is what will give it this juicy, and it falls apart and it melts in your mouth, kind of, yeah. All right, not talking about the back straps. Back straps of a deer are a different thing again. I know, right? Yeah, there's all these things that you learn about food. Okay, so how do you learn? Okay, all I can tell you guys right now, of course, in the older days, 100 years ago, girls, boys would watch how mom cooked, right, with what there was available, and you learn through that to become a good husband or wife, per se. Mom, dad, you watch this, that, you learn according to, yes. Now, these days, it is a bit different, isn't it? I'm not going to get into all that. And I guess we gained a whole lot or not. Whatever. Arr! I always liked the old-timey ways of whatever. And so how I learned the deer cooking, I noticed what the heck's wrong with that meat? Then I learned from an old timer here and said, this is what you do. I did, and oh yeah, no problem. Not these days, you learn from what? Your old timers? Oh no, YouTube. I got, these are my last potatoes from the garden. Yeah, I learned, I know these potatoes were grown with the utmost best care, and I don't have to worry about the skin. I didn't use anything except for goodness and that in it. I'm not going to worry about the skin, so I don't have to peel them. Well, anyway, so I got a whole kit of bead weaving materials and I don't know what. And I'm going, what am I doing with all? Oh, okay. Then I got the loom. I don't even know what is that. I'm going, hey, I bet you. So I went and looked it up, and sure enough, oh, you guys want to see what I did? They are bead looms, and just to see how well I would do with that, look, I did this. Yeah, and then I just learned on how to finish that up. I'm going to make a headband for my granddaughter with that. She has the beautiful long hair, Yeah, still part Cherokee. Anyway, you see that? You see? Yeah, yeah, from her grandma. Guess what? Yeah, okay. Anyway, so I have to go on YouTube to find out how to do all this. I'm sorry, but what? What do I do with all this? And how is this set up? Anyway, I know that we live in an age where, God Almighty, if you can't afford a car for your teenage child, at a certain age, I guess you fail as a parent or something. And I kind of was in that boat, I wanted to make it possible, but realized quite quickly that, whoa, I'm not sure this is the way to go because of the repercussions. Yeah. And so in any case, gosh, as I said, there is nothing wrong, or let's say it this way, it is true that when you have children, you look at them and you want better for them. If that is possible, in the state that you are a parent. And sometimes we don't realize on what that betterment actually means. That betterment could mean that your child loses all respect and care for their environment and themselves. That was in many ways a sad lesson for me as well. And all I thought was, yep. We ask young people, so what, the problems in your childhood, this, that. But when you should ask older generations, what would you do, in a way, would you do different when it came to that, where then you tried to kind of make up for what you missed in your or what you thought you missed in your childhood. There was one thing in my childhood where my mom, I'm making mashed potatoes, by the way. Oh, I'm making them, I know, right? Well, peeled potato instead of a box or something. Oh my God, I just don't see how anyone would not want to take the time to make real mashed potatoes to what comes out of a box. But I got it, okay. Anyway, so I am happy to take that extra time, and one reason, because my children still love, Mom, you make sure you make the mashed potatoes now, okay? Which is wonderful, because they do acknowledge that there is nothing better than Mom's mashed potatoes than whatever comes from scratch mashed potatoes than what comes out of a box. Oh, I learned that from my mom. Oh, okay then. So I did not overindulge my children with Christmas because I didn't have a beautiful Christmas or whatever. My mom, she was the absolute magician when it came to Christmas. Absolute. That's all I can say. And I wanted to continue to be that magician. The problem is that because I ended up in a country where so much more was possible, right? In so many different ways, that I lost sight of what my mom was actually as that magician around Christmas time. And I was, I mean, my children could tell you the presents never ended. Oh, and I didn't spend a whole lot of money. Okay. I just knew how to, and it was just all this. Okay, one could say now, you got all this useless stuff, no good for nothing, this, that, just to make more presents. Yeah. No, not really. Because everything that I got was just, it was all just towards that moment of what? Jesus' birth. I wanted it to be more magical and glorious than even my mom was able to do it, because I was her child. I was the extension of her. The next generation, who of course is going to make things even more wonderful and more beautiful. You see? Yeah. So there is that difference between, and of course, because you want better for your child than you had it as yourself, doesn't necessarily mean that your childhood wasn't good or this or that. but you search, you grow, you want to grow towards that absolute exaltness of what it is, what it is to be a human being around other people, around your children, in your marriage, this now. And sadly, often it gets misunderstood, right? Yes? Well, anyway, here I am. I'm cooking a deer roast that was brought to us last night, and I'm using the last of our potatoes from Tater Beach. My brother-in-law and Danny, my granddaughter, brought these potatoes from Tater Beach. That's so funny. And so I planted them. They were in need of planting, and it gave me a good wholesome harvest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, so there I go. And then what am I going to do for vegetables? Yeah, I got to. I think I'm going to save that. I got a lot of butternut squash, but I'm going to save that. And I have to think. I have that soup that I made yesterday. I think I'm going to have that as an appetizer. Yeah. Sometimes, this is what I found, and I try to teach that to my children as well, right? So I did that beading thing, and I did weaving. It's weaving, yeah. Another project, and I guess in a way I just about shot myself in the foot when I decided, well, and I have to say, my children actually are quite on board with it, though it's a change that, again, it just depends on how you view it. Is this going in the right direction or not? To just not have anything to give. I've seen some posts this snap. Well, don't judge if I'm already, playing Christmas songs this snap. Well, then I suggest, people watch. Why are you even worrying about who is going to approve of that or not? There's a movie where this girl, she listens to Christmas music all day, because that's just all year. What's it called again? I don't know. I got the movie here. It's a beautiful movie, and her dad's going through a rough time, and one of the reindeer somehow ends up in her care. And then through her just unwavering belief in not, I know that a reindeer is taken from the myth. It's not a myth. Santa Claus is not a myth. It's an invented kind of thing. But yet, the way this movie is portrayed is that her belief in heaven, her belief in the magical, her belief in beauty that can happen with absolute trust and belief is greater than anything else that people have to say out there. And then when she got to the point where as a child and as a girl, she couldn't fight the unbelief of the people anymore. She gave in, she became sick. And then suddenly the people realized what a blessing that girl actually was to them. And on how that girl, with her just naive strength, how she changed people's lives. with or without the reindeer. Right? Yeah. And then they finally gathered together to rally her spirits again. The one thing about that is it's sad for me to see the movie. Oh, that's a very sweet movie, The Snap. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Is how in real life, oftentimes, it has to get to that point where someone that has so much wonderful things to give ends up suffering, and then suddenly we decide to chip in or something. I'm going to end this with that, and then I'm done with my prepping my mashed potatoes, who are going to be absolute. Okay, so how do I make my mashed potatoes? I'm going to end it up with I know, right? I boil my potatoes, and I salt them a little bit. Then I boil them. Then I have the old, when people come up with these, oh, you guys ever seen one of these? This, that? It's like, oh, people, just quit already, okay? You're going to do things however you want to. It's called a pause suite. And you put the potatoes in here, and then I go like, and it makes the best absolute mashed potatoes ever. Oh, in manual mode. So in any case, and then I, when I'm done with that, I add a little bit of salt. There we go. I add some butter and some milk to make it as creamy as I like, or not as creamy as. And then, for the best part, you add some nutmeg. Yes. That's my mom's recipe. If you are interested, makes the best absolute mashed potatoes you have ever had in your entire life. There we go. And they are started. I can't remember the other part. There is one thing I will not give you, and that is permission for your own selfish ways. Okay? I'm not going to do that. I just came across something, and kind of was threatened with something. I'm going, okay, I said, all right, warning taken. God bless you. You will not, if you are so secure in whatever you're doing, then you wouldn't be sharing it on a platform like this, or in a group, or this or that. Unless, for one reason or another, you're still insecure about what you're doing, and you need some kind of confirmation. Well, you can do that. That's fine. But then, if you're doing that, and you're getting some advice back, or other opinions on what you're doing, then you should take that. Number one, you're the one who's asking. Number one, you're the one who posted the information. Number two, now you are the one asking. Though you're telling me, you're still asking. Number three, no, I don't have to give you permission or agree with anything that you say or post. You see? Yeah. Just saying. Yes. Yeah. So there it is. That's my my take on all this. And I would say, in my case, chalk it up to my narcissism. If I respond to your post or this or that, then you got my attention. You caught my attention. Not just because I'm your friend or this or that, or I should or I have to, but because I either see, you're asking for help, or, yeah, I approve. Absolutely. And, yeah. When it comes from me, that's a good thing. That is a very good thing, right? Yes? Yeah? You should be able to say the same thing. You should be in a place in your life where you can do the same thing for the people around you, right? Yeah. Then it doesn't have anything to do with narcissism anymore. Or so we have to be happy if this. No, it's just become a self-reliant, happy, God-driven human being. It's a great thing to be that way. It's a very reassuring thing as well. Yes? Yeah. Anyway, not here to please everybody. I'm here to guide everyone. I'm here to guide everyone in a direction that hopefully we all be able to unite as one. That's my goal. I don't have any other goals. All right? God's love and blessings always. We'll talk to you another time. Now, what am I going? What did I say I'm going to make with? Oh, that soup. That soup has a lot of greens in it and stuff. I think that's what I'll do. That'll be our side dish. How about anything fresh? Well, it's not fresh time right now. It's winter time. I could go and get. Okay, all right. God's love and blessings always. I will talk to you all another time.